So, asylum seekers are just the worst, right? I mean, they are the worst kind of people in the whole world, especially Syrian asylum seekers. It's well known that they're cowards, and if they don't stay in their own countries and fight for their own countries, well, they just don't deserve any kind of help. I mean, we all know that, right? Because that's exactly what Tommy Robinson has been saying for years. Tommy Robinson or Stephen Yaxley-Lennon, as he as he was born, but gets a little bit of a twist, because while this man has been spreading hate for all asylum seekers, and he's made it very clear his opinion on asylum seekers, this man is now begging for the US to give him asylum. He is begging for Donald Trump to give him asylum because now he's feeling persecuted. This goes back to a story I covered when he was first arrested. No, not when he was first arrested in general, but when he was arrested a few months ago. The man has been arrested a number of times because he is a crook. It's part of the reason why he changed his name. And he's changed it many times because he is a criminal. And his name keeps getting linked into his criminal past. But Tommy, as we're now calling him, months ago got arrested because he was recording outside of the courts. Now, I said at the time why it was a fucking stupid thing for him to do and why it was right that he got arrested. For a recap, for everyone who didn't see that, he was harassing the defendants as they were going into court. Now, rightly or wrongly, whether they're innocent, whether they're guilty, and they definitely were guilty, harassing them on the way into court means any solicitor, any legal professional who's worth their salt would be able to go in and make the argument of, hey, my clients have been harassed, it's been publicised over and over again, there is no way they could possibly get a fair trial, this must be dismissed. A good legal professional could make that case, which is why Tommy was told not to do it. But of course his racism got the better of him and he couldn't help but show up to where a brown man was and have a go at him. Now, just to be clear, part of the reason why I hate this man so much is because he never says a word about white men doing horrible things. He doesn't say anything about neo-Nazis murdering peaceful protesters. He didn't say anything about Christians raping children. It's always Muslim and brown men. Always. Doesn't care that the right-wing government of Israel are murdering children. But he does care if Hamas picks up a stone and throws it at a soldier. So he was right to go to prison. Now, he said at the time that if he went to prison, he'd be murdered and he's a target and the establishment would kill him because of blah, blah, blah. It didn't happen. Of course it didn't happen. Again, because we have a right-wing government that believes much of the same disgusting rhetoric that he spews out. But now, because again, he's been found in contempt of court, he's facing another prison sentence. So he's looking for asylum in America. Now, officially, he shouldn't get it because he's not being persecuted. He's not being attacked. He's not a victim of anything. He's a crook. He's a con man. He is a criminal who is facing justice. He also has a criminal record that was well justified. And that, again, should exclude him from getting any kind of asylum status from America. But this is Donald Trump's America. And it could happen because over and over again, the Trump administration and William Barr, the AOG, the AOG? I think he's the AOG. I'll correct myself in the description if I'm wrong. They've shown time and time again that they don't care what the law is. In fact, they've jam-packed the Supreme Court full of people like Brett Kavanaugh who will do as they're told rather than upholding the law. I mean, hell, even recently, the Supreme Court, in fact, came out and said that William Barr was absolutely wrong, and the Trump administration is not allowed to put, I believe it was the citizenship status on a census form. But the Trump administration and William Barr have said, yeah, no, we're still going to put that on there. Supreme Court have said, look, the reason you've given is BS. We can't go with it. Give us any other reason and you can do it. But you can't do it for that reason. And William Barr and the Trump administration's response was, yeah, no, we're still going to do it. Democrats were worth their salt. They would have fucking impeached William Barr months ago. They would have impeached Donald Trump a long time before that. But Nancy Pelosi is the biggest threat to American democracy because she refuses to act on it. But coming back to Tommy or Stephen. This man is a crook and does not deserve asylum. This man has also spent most of his adult life not only conning people and defrauding people, but also condemning every single person who ever seeks asylum. People should remember that. Every single time a pro-Tommy thing pops up where he begs for asylum, this man isn't being persecuted. This man is breaking the law and is being held accountable. Sadly, it's something that doesn't happen that often. I personally hope he spends a very long time in prison, because that's just what he deserves.